it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Sisters Season 2, Episode 10, The Encounter. And honey, there were a lot of encounters. So I have a lot because this episode was exciting from beginning and then at the end. But see, at the end, it was kind of stupid. I'll tell y'all when I get to the end, but oh my God, the beginning just set the stage for everything. So let me do my shout outs real quick. Shout out to Bobby Ray, Shanice Says, Ty Harrell, Justine Broxton, Isaiah Hill, V. Carter, Belinda Ward, Karen Wilson, and Gail Elizabeth Phillips. Shout out to y'all in the comment section. Thank you for holding the sister down. So let's get started. Now, there was so much happening, I'm going to need my notes, so y'all going to have to forgive me because my memory ain't going to remind me. I try to make these short, you know, like only 20 minutes, but this one I know is going to go over that because I have to give details about, this whole thing with Maurice. So Maurice, it ends with him coming into the bank. Well, it starts with him coming out of the bank and running into Alonzo. And Alonzo's like, yeah, how you doing? He's like, hey, I'm fine. He said, oh, what's going on? I'm just stopping by to check on you. He's like, he said, last time I looked, I had beat you down in them bushes real good. He said, you okay? He said, nothing, little couple of, nothing too serious that can't be healed or something like that. He said, well, I know what can't be healed. And he said, my reputation. He said, well, you should have thought about that. You know, Maurice was like, you should have thought about that before you did it. He said, they talking about a hate crime. He said, what you did was a hate crime. He said, you think I like you fucking getting up in my, trying to on me or something like that, he was saying. You trying to rap to me and flirt with me. He said, I don't like that shit. He's like, look, it's the 21st century. It's bound to happen. Let's get real. It's bound. I don't give a fuck what century this is. He was like, oh my God, I thought he was going to get him. But then Maurice did say in one of those other episodes, he told Sabrina, he caught me with my heels and stuff on. Let him run up on me again. I'll be ready for him. So sure enough, he's saying that he beat him down. You know, the guy's telling Maurice that he beat him down. He said, let me tell you something. Last time I had on heels and a waist trainer or something like that. I could barely breathe. He said, you look like a fool. He said, bitch, I looked fabulous. I don't know what you talking about. I said, oh, shoot. He said, bitch. He said, yeah, bitch. He said, he said, look, I ain't come here. Go on with that stuff. I ain't come here to beat you down this time. I ain't come here for that. He said, why not? Beat me down this time. Come on, come with it. He said, because, you know, Maurice kept trying to get in his car, but the dude said, the last time you walked away, you saw what happened. And Maurice was like, look, I ain't want no trouble. I ain't here for that. He said, look, you going to take that off of my criminal record. You going to take that off of my record. I don't want to hear that. He said, you press charges on me. And he said, and I got a restraining order. That's right. And he kept telling him, I got a restraining. He said, what that restraining order mean? I ain't supposed to be near you. So what? I'm here near you. What's going to happen? He said, that piece of paper don't mean a damn thing. He said, but I want my reputation back for this hate crime. And he was like, I ain't taking nothing back. And you should pay attention to that restraining order because it told you not to be near me. And he was like, dude, what's up? And, I tell you, Maurice was ready. He said, come on with it. You want to do something? You want to do something? I mean, he went up on homeboy to start a fight. And the guy was like, what? Maurice went in and whipped his ass. He whipped that guy's ass, beat him down, then bitch slapped him. Poof! Or is it pimp smack? It was a pimp slap, a bitch slap. He slapped him, had him on the ground, kicked him a couple of times in the stomach, beat homeboy down, and looked at him and said, now. And got in his car and drove off. I said, he was like, I'm tired of you homophobic motherfuckers and stuff. He said, I'm tired. He said, you caused me, you had me in the hospital and messed up my life. He was like, you messed up my life. I had to pay my bills. I'm trying to catch up and stuff. Yo, he went in. He had all that anger in him. I was like, you better go, Maurice. Tore him up. I'm sorry, but that took 3 minutes of my time, or 4, because that scene was like the best ever. I enjoyed watching that. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm sorry, y'all, but okay, let's move on. So we had Danny and Sabrina, and they were out eating, and they talking about their boyfriends. You know, Danny talking about rodeo, and Sabrina's talking about Calvin. She said, who, meth man? Meth man. And she's like, stop saying that, you know, and I don't think he's even on it. And, you know, she's opens her big mouth and says she's having him drug tested, which, you know, that's going to come up somewhere again later. And Calvin's going to be mad at Sabrina and at Maurice. Watch. Because you can't tell Danny stuff. Danny got a big mouth. She talking about when she get mad. She tells stuff. She tells stuff before she get mad. They were out eating, and Danny was telling everybody's business. So she told her she was having Maurice do it because he's moving in with Maurice and all this stuff. And she said, oh, well, he don't have any money. I thought he had money. No, he don't have no money. How much in his account? She said, girl, I ain't looking in his account. She said, yes, you did. I know you did. She said, I would have looked in there. And she said, I just know he don't have much. She said, see, girl, I knew you looked in there. She said, I tell you. And she said, I'm rubbing off on you. And that's something. She said, because that's something I would do. And Sabrina had to think about it because she felt bad. I said, you should feel bad. You're letting all these people direct you into what you should do instead of you realizing it. Ain't nothing wrong with Calvin. But she listening to everybody else. So then it goes to Gary. Gary's sitting outside of freaking Andy's apartment building. What is wrong? Somebody calls him on the phone. It must be another lawyer because he said his lawyer friend told him he saw Gary at Andy's building or whatever. And he's like, who told you? He said, don't worry about who told me. Don't worry about it. He, you know, Gary always want to know what man told you, you know. And he said, the FBI may still be watching you. Well, why would they be watching me? He said, look, I said they might be. I don't know. He said, look, I had to twist a lot of arms to get you out to get you bail. So don't be messing up and stuff. And he said, I know you a long time, and this could get as bad as you want it to be, he told him. He said, so just come on over here, get out of here. He said, look, I'm sitting here in this rental car. He said, I gave you the rental car to get around. I didn't give it to you to stalk her. I'm not stalking her. To come to my house now. Come to my house now. So Gary went to the guy's house. Then they go to Karen, and Karen arrives at Karen gets there to Danny and Sabrina, and she's feeling in a good mood. And she's like, oh, what y'all drinking? They was drinking margaritas. So she said, oh, get me one. I want one of those. Just get it around for the table. And they like, well, where are you in a good mood and stuff? And she tells them what Aaron did. He offered her money and stuff before she went out. And she said it made her feel so good. I ain't never had no man offer me nothing. And they were like, do he got a brother, a cousin, an uncle, a granddad? Danny said a granddaddy. She's like, it's like, he was like old fashioned. You need some money to go out. That was really sweet. Now, I was even touched by that. I don't know about y'all, but I was touched by that. So then, they talked about that, and what else happened? Oh, then she talked about the first lady. The first lady came into her hair salon and stuff, and how cool she was and everything. And Danny started looking at her like, don't look into the light, girl. Don't look into the light. She's like, you starting to change. He's starting to change you. She talked about how the girl was all dressed up. She said, look at her all wrapped up. She said, Danny's a mess. Danny, like I said, Danny say whatever's on Danny's mind, and that's what she does. So she said, don't be, I can't take it if you become no holy roller and stuff like that. And she's like, girl, shut up. So then they show Zach and Fatima. Zach is on the phone. He called Fatima. She's like, you miss me already? He was like, yeah, right. Okay. She's like, oh, please, sound like you mean it. Because he didn't sound like he meant it. And he said, well, there ain't nothing here to do. You know, you won't be home till later. I think I'll go back to the house and get some work done, you know, get some stuff done. And she's like, I like the way you're thinking. She said, that's good. He said, okay, well, she told him, okay, well, be careful. And he didn't say nothing. She said, this is the part where you say, okay, be careful too. He said, why you always got to do that? You know, she was like, well, how is you going to know if I don't tell you what to say? You know, how are you supposed to learn? He said, wait for me to say it, you know. She's like, well, then say it. Say it, Zach. And, you know, he says it. She's like, but I want you to mean it when you say it. You know, so she's like, whatever, Zach. And he said, you know, She said, we'll work on you later, you know. So that was that part. Then it was Fatima gets there to the restaurant with the girls, and she walks in and she introduced herself. And this is going to be so cool because I can't wait till it comes out that Fatima's messing with Zach, and Zach used to mess with Karen, you know. So at the restaurant, she introduces herself. She compliments Karen about her hair, asks her where does she go. And she said, girl, I own a salon around the corner. I did this myself. She's like, really, girl? I might need to come to you. And she was like, wow, your hair look nice. She said, girl, let me tell you, I go to this girl. She be acting up sometime, my beautician. You know, she was doing my hair, and she did my hair one time, and I was in my car driving, and I turned to look in my mirror and turned back. My ponytail was in my lap, and they all fell out laughing. You know, it was too funny. So that was like an icebreaker or something, but it was really cool. So then it goes back to Gary. Gary's in front of that house with whoever that guy was to call. Come to find out his name is Ellis, and come to find out Gary is Ellis' kid's godfather. Good God Almighty. That man got a temper and a half. He's dangerous. That's who's your godfather? And he was like asking Gary where he's staying. He said, I'm staying in the hotel. No. Me and Jennifer, we going to have you here. You stay with us. No, I'm not coming in there. I'm not coming there. He was like, well, why not? He said, why you got to stay at a hotel? You could stay with us. Jennifer would love to have you. And he's like, oh, that bitch, she took my money. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to sue her. He's like, calm down. You're getting yourself worked up. Calm down. He kept telling him to chill. And Gary just wouldn't chill. And what was it? He wouldn't chill, and he just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And he said, I was sitting up in jail, and all I kept doing is thinking about her, and this bitch out there with my money spent on another guy, and how you know she spent on another guy like she didn't have her own money? Dude, you caused her to lose her job. Luckily, she got it back. And I don't even know if he knows she got it back. Caused her to lose her job. Get rested, you know, walking down, everything he put her through, and this is all he could do. I'm like, oh my God. So Ellis had to tell him, look, dude, I can't pull no more strings for you, you know, to get you out of jail. Ain't nobody going to jail. I ain't going to no jail. He's like, look, I know you. He said, I've seen that look in your eyes before. What look? What look? He said, that look. He said, I'm just upset. No, he said, that look is like fury. It's like fury and fire. He said, oh my God, you gotta calm down. He said, just get out my goddamn car. Get out my car. He said, I'm not leaving till you calm down, Gary. Gary was heated. So you know he gonna do something to Andy. You know it's gonna happen. So anyway, it goes on. The guy finally gets off. Gary said he gonna go back to the hotel. We all know that's a lie. Another thing I was saying, we ain't never seen Gary give that key back. We ain't never heard Karen, Andy change her locks. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? When they asked for that key the first time, she should have changed the damn locks. But she ain't thinking, because she thinking nothing. She just dismissing it. You know, I don't know. She been being abused all this time, and she doesn't even know it. You know, this is domestic violence all the way about to go down. So anyway, so who else was next? So Karen finally arrives, and Andy finally arrives, and the girls are all sitting there chilling. They all talk. She tells them the good news. I got my job back. I got a promotion. I got a raise. All is good. I got the corner office. Yada, yada, yada. Everybody's like, yay, yay, yay. I want us to have a good time. We're going to go and eat and chill and da, 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 da. And so they're chatting, and Fatima tells a story about this guy. Oh, so they start talking about what's her name? Sabrina. Sabrina's all upset. She's upset because she doesn't know, because Calvin wants to be exclusive and she don't know if he's the one, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the hell? You sitting there telling the man, I like you, I want to be with you. And then when he say, let's be exclusive, and he tells you he love you, now you don't know? What the hell? Everybody sleeping with everybody and don't want to be with them? What the hell? What is that called? Because to me, ain't that like just being a hoe? A whore? Or whatever? Why are you sleeping around with guys and you don't want to be with them? I don't understand it. I thought that was the purpose of doing that, to get to know them. But you giving up the cookies and then don't want them when he want to buy the cow and you don't. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so they're talking and she was saying it came out about the drugs. And she said it's Danny's fault because Danny said that the bartender told her. I kept calling the bartender the stripper. The bartender said that she was messing around with him or something like that. The bartender said, what did he say? That he was on drugs, crystal meth. And they like, what? And they was like, Danny, how you know that? And why'd you go home with the bartender? She's like, why'd you go home with Paris? And they like, why'd you go home with such? And it was just like, everybody was telling everybody business at that point at the table. I said, wait a minute. Danny kept talking about the underwear. That's why she don't want to do it because of his lace underwear. And Fatima's like, looking like, what the hell? Am I missing something? But then she said, girl, that's why I just date men. She said, I usually date 2 or 3 men. And Andy's like, what? She said, I'm surprised. I'm learning some new stuff about you. She said, yeah, girl. She said, it's not like that. I don't be sleeping with them. She said, but I just date 2 or 3 guys, you know. That's what they do. And I just want to, you know, that's all I want to do right now till I get to know people. She said, wow, okay. And what is it? She said, they do it all the time. And she said, what is it? It was something I'm missing. So Calvin comes over. Oh, no, she tells the story. That's what it is. So she tells the story about a guy she dated that was on drugs. And she was like, they said, you knew he was on drugs and stuff. She said, how'd you know? She said, when I showed up at the precinct, he got the call from the precinct. They said, the call from the precinct? She said, yeah. The police called me and said, dude, we got all your stuff here. Your this, your that, the other. Do you know a Daryl such and such? And Danny's over there saying, please don't say Daryl Wilson. Please don't say Daryl Wilson. She's like, you know him? She's like, oh my God. Come to find out, Danny and Fatima dated the same guy. So she asked her how long ago that was. And Fatima said about 3 years ago or something like that. And they were dating. They were messing with the same guy at the same time 3 years ago. Ain't that a small damn world? Ladies, you got to be careful who you're sleeping with, who you're up in the bed with. You got to know. That's why you just can't be jumping in and getting all kind of venereal diseases and stuff. I don't know. Anywho, so that was that part. And so what is it? Oh, Hayden. So then Hayden walks in and no, Calvin came over. Calvin came over to say hello, but you know, Sabrina was acting all stank and stuff, and he's like, well, ladies, have a good time or whatever. But she was like, well, they're like, why are you acting like that? Well, he's mad at me, but he came over and said hello. Why you being like that? But you know, Sabrina's ridiculous. I don't know what that was all about. I didn't even like that scene. I didn't like that scene at all. To me, she should have just spoken and been cordial and went about her business. Why are you over there looking over your shoulder when you don't think he's the one? So then they show Hayden. Hayden walks into the house and finds Zach there working in that house. And he starts bothering, starts with this small talk. And he's like, oh, you still up in here working? And Zach's like, yeah, sweat equity, you know. And he's like, yeah, I got you. I hear you. And then he started asking him questions about Fatima. The guy said Fatima was in here. That's funny because that's not like her. What is she doing here? And he's like, I don't know. You know, he said, that's really strange, you know. And he said, so are you hitting that? He's like, what? What are you talking about? You know, he's like, dude, what's up? He's like, those are some nice shoes you got on. He said, these shoes ain't nice, dude. Look at your shoes. Your shoes are nice. He's like, I know they ain't nice. He said, I saw them shoes in the corner in Fatima's apartment today, earlier, something like that, he said. And he's like, dude, look, I'm not that guy. I know what Mike and all of them told you and stuff. I don't know what they saying, but if you got a question to ask it. He said, that's what I just did is ask, are you hitting that? And he said, I don't think Fatima would appreciate you, you know, asking me that. And he's like, he said, what you need to do, he said, let me tell you something. He said, You need to back up off her. He said, how am I back up off? I ain't even on her. What are you talking about? He said, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You just keep clear and back up off her. And he said, you better mess around and get kicked out of the program. He said, for what? We're kicked out of the program for you stepping out of your bounds and stuff. I know it took a lot of Zach's energy not to go to freak off. Because we all know Zach got a temper. And Zach could have went off on Hayden like real quick. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So then it comes to the end of the night. And the girls are wrapping up. And they all going home. And Danny's like, let me go. I got to see Rodeo's there. And who else? Karen was like, yeah, I got to see if, what's his name? Aaron's there, you know, the Reverend preaching stuff. And her and Fatima had a little thing going on, you know, Fatima and Karen, they were saying something because they started talking about church. And they was like, yeah, praise the Lord, divine is fine and all this stuff. So they were hitting it off. I like how Tyler worked that in, that them two were sitting next to each other and they hitting it off and everything. Because then it's going to be a blow up when they find out about Zach. But at the end, Karen was like, it was nice meeting you, girl. She said, oh, it's cool. I like all you guys. You guys are really nice. I enjoyed myself. Thank you, you know. And so they all leaving. And who else? Karen had somebody to go to. Fatima had somebody. Well, Fatima didn't say she had somebody to go to. But Danny did. And, you know, Andy wanted everybody to stay. Cause she said, you just want us to stay because you ain't got nobody to go home with. And she said, you know what? That's rude. She said, that is rude. That's not nice. Especially when she just paid for everybody's damn meals. Because they were trying to pay. They was like, check. And she's like, I paid it. She said, how you pay all of that? She said, because somebody, oh, that's when Sabrina decided to be a big mouth. Because she got all Danny's, Aaron's, Gary's money. She got all Gary's money. I said, why you telling that business? Why are you mad and going to tell her business? You know, that Sabrina, I don't know what Sabrina, like I said, like she said, she rubbing off. Danny is rubbing off on her. She need to watch it. Because even when she was saying, like, she wasn't sure about, you know, Calvin, at least Karen and Andy were saying, girl, why don't you give him a try? You've been looking such a long time for somebody nice like this. I mean, the boy's father spoke to you. His father came and told you who he was and what type of person he was and how he was raised. It's like, have a damn brain, Sabrina. You know, ask the man if he takes drugs, you know. But they tried to talk to her and tell her, you know, give him a chance. You're not even trying to give him a chance. What is going on? You said you liked him, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so she pouting and everything. Everybody leaves out. And she's sitting there by herself until she finally get up to walk out and stuff. I said, she a damn crazy fool. That's all I'm saying. I'm not liking Sabrina right now because that pouting and stuff is too much. The man loves her. He cares about her. Get with it. Anyway, so then they show Andy getting home. And she walks into the house. How the hell, the way her apartment is, that door open, you don't see this mother freaking guy sitting on your damn couch. Ain't nobody that much in love on a damn phone. Hi, I'm home now. Sorry the way I left you. Oh, Paris, I'm home and I want to have a drink. You should come over. I'll text you my address. Beep, 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 beep. She turns around. His ass, Gary's ass, sitting in the couch. Why the fuck? He still got your key. How did he get in there? Why does he still have your key and you never thought to ask back? Did you, when he accosted you in the damn garage, why didn't you take the damn key back? Them girls was trying to get him to give that key back. You letting it slide. Girl, I can't, Tyler. I don't like the way you got her acting so stupid. She one of them weak people. She's got a strong jaw, but she got a weak spirit. She got a weak spirit because you don't know as you being somebody about to bust you up and hurt you. This domestic violence, I keep telling her. Anyway, so he's like, sit down. We need to talk. I knew it. And he didn't break in. He still got a damn key. And we all know this. Anyway, we'll see what happens next week. Because it looked like him and Paris get into a fight. But if he couldn't beat that, if he bust that lawyer's behind last season, he gonna bust this guy's up. Because Paris looks like he a little soft. He don't look like he a real fighter. So I don't know what's going to happen. But it's going to be good. So let me know how you feel about this review, this recap. Put it down in the comment section. Give me my thumbs up. Comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. This your girl Barbie J saying peace.